not only does it change like your physical body and your energy physically, but it also changes a lot emotionally and mentally and spiritually. Like I definitely find my mental clarity is much better. Definitely when I eat foods that are cooked, especially if they're processed or deep fried or stuff like, or dairy, I definitely find it slows everything down. I feel like I've gone into slow motion. I feel heavy and like I'm dragging my body around. But my mind too, it's like there's a fog in your mind. So it definitely helps when I eat lots of fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. It's clear and precise.
It's so true. And you know, you hear other people talk about that who have this diet and lifestyle also. And I mean, try it for yourself and you will see it. You know, like you wake up from a food coma or have a food hangover based on what you ate before, you know, the day before. When you eat fresh fruit and vegetables, you don't wake up from, you know, you're not bogged down like that, and you do feel lighter. It's just been so fantastic, and we're so passionate about this. We're so excited to share it with anybody who is interested.
Yeah.
It's made such an effect on our lives. I walked around with a foggy head for years, and I just, you know, started to feel the fog lift when I got to a really high percentage of fresh fruit and vegetables.
And you never even really know that you have this fog. Like I didn't think that I felt heavy or like there was a brain fog or anything like that until you start eating healthy and you've got all that crap out of your system. Then it starts being like, wow, I feel really good. And then you go back to that and you're just like, whoa,
It's
feels
so
like
true.
you get hit by a truck.
It's so true. You know, we're not fanatical and we are not dogmatic about this. It's
We
not,
cheat.
It's not a religion for us. So we do cheat.
But
like Tatiana said,
everything in moderation, right? You get
you know,
little
we're
bits.
not aiming for perfection. We don't ever want to become fanatical about this, but as Tatiana said, there is a huge difference in how we feel if when we cheat, you know, and it isn't the next day, it's immediately. Like I just have a couple bites and I can feel it set in.
Absolutely.
I start to feel heavier and can't think as clearly. And it actually, to be honest, it takes a couple days, depending on how bad my cheat was. It can take anywhere from a couple days to a week to actually start to feel better and get out of my system.
And don't really feel bad about cheating. Like it's part of the process. It's part about the learning and the experiencing it. You don't know what, you don't know what's gonna happen until you do it. And I find, like I definitely used to cheat a lot more. I still used to go and have my fast food burgers every once in a while, but since the new year, I don't have those cravings anymore, and even if the thought pops into my head as I'm driving and I'm rushed and I'm hungry or something like that, I'm like, oh God, no, that makes me feel like shit, like absolute terrible. And so I avoid it, and it just, the more you're into it, the more the easier it is to avoid those kind of things.
And we have a tip to share that Christina on Fully Raw, I saw in one of her videos that her tip is, if you feel tempted, you know, you feel like you're gonna go and eat something that you know that you don't want to or that you shouldn't, just eat more fruit. Even if you think you don't feel like it, just eat more fruit. It actually takes that craving away, and it makes you satiated, and you don't even think about craving anymore. It's like, craving? What craving? I didn't have a craving. So I have tried that tip from Christina at Fully Raw, and it really works, and I share that with my husband, and it works for him also. If he feels like he's gonna cheat and have a cookie, he'll just eat a big chunk of watermelon instead. And because there's so much water and sugar in that watermelon, it totally satisfies him and takes his cravings away.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing that goes hand in hand, like besides the mental and physical, it's also an emotional aspect. Like for both of us, this journey has had a huge emotional impact on us. Everyone struggles with getting angry here and there or feeling negative, but when you're eating like this, it's so clean and pure and high vibrations that it's hard to feel that way. Like everyone's always said to me that I'm one of the most positive, upbeat, and happy-go-lucky people that they meet, and I love that. And it feels so good, but it's so much easier to feel that way. It's not forced at all when when you feel good physically and mentally, and it's a huge aspect. Like I've definitely seen major improvements in myself and my mom as well. Like we used to fight a lot more, and we're definitely getting to the point where we can get along a lot better and work things out civilly without jumping on each other or stuff like that. Yeah. And do you have anything to add?
Well, our relationship is wonderful. I'm so proud of my beautiful daughter, Tatiana. She's 22, and she's going to be 23 very shortly. And it's been a pleasure to raise such a beautiful soul and to have her so close by. And we share a lot of the same likes, our love for adventure out in nature, and our love for fruit and vegetables, our love for people, our love for animals.
And passion for learning about feeling good.
So I just wanted to add a little to what Tatiana started to share about how eating a high percentage raw fruit and vegetable diet, it becomes a lifestyle. It isn't just the food that you put into your body. It changes a person's whole perspective on life simply because it changes how you feel inside, and because you end up feeling so much better and clearer, your eyes change. The way that you look at the world changes. The way that you feel, the way that you give love, the way that you receive love. It's like a never-ending flow of energy, because the fresh fruit and vegetables, they keep that energy supply coming, and you just feel like you're overflowing abundantly. And like Tatiana just mentioned, it's comparable to the freshwater spring that just gushes all year round. It gushes, gushes, gushes.
Yeah,
it's giving forth fresh, pure water and pure energy. And that's how we feel from eating fruit and vegetables. And now that we've discovered drinking spring water, that really amplifies the feeling. It takes it to a whole new level. And it's something that we feel so passionate about.
Yeah, with the spring, the reason it's a spring is because it flows all year round. Everything around it, it can be even encased in ice, solid. The world solidifies and slows down and goes into hibernation around it, but it still flows. And that's the way I feel with my heart now. It's just I can give love like I've never given before. I'm not afraid of being hurt because I know I've got tons. I can just throw it at people even if they're just throwing it away. Doesn't matter. I've got more than enough to share, and it has to be shared. I can't hold it in. I can't. It's like a spring. It will explode. It'll find ways to come out.
Listen to that. Oh, she's so eloquent in the way that she shares. And that's beautiful.
Yeah, spring water, it really makes a difference. It's no chemicals, it's straight out of the earth. It's got love and energy. It tastes better. It feels better. Like you drink it, and it doesn't even, you drink tap water, sometimes it'll feel really heavy in your stomach. Like it hits like a brick. and you can feel it sloshing around when you move. You drink spring water, you can chug a whole bunch, and it just like absorbs straight into your body. It's amazing. If you've ever doubted it, do a taste comparison. Have a glass of tap water and a glass of spring water and try them.
But not old stagnant spring water.
And not spring water from a bottle. That does not count.
Not spring water that you purchased at the grocery store.
It's got to be
right from the source, fresh out of the earth.
No plastic, no plastic. But yeah, it's amazing, and it helps you get in tune with nature as well. Like, we've always been big nature people. We grew up in the Okanagan in a beautiful valley, and grew up hiking, scrambling across the shale, going into the streams. I've always felt at home in streams like this. Like, this is my domain. This is my realm. It feels amazing. I love jumping across the rocks, climbing the trees, exploring, finding the animals, finding the little nests, and just being in touch with the nature, grounding into the earth, releasing all those negative energies and letting the earth transform those back into positive, and re-energizing me, fueling me more. It's amazing. I don't get tired when I'm out in nature. Like,
it's true. It's
totally I can
true.
go, if I, like, working out in the gym, I can get tired really fast. If I came out here and did the exact same stuff, I could go forever.
It feels like we could go forever.
Yeah.
Because there's so much living energy here, it just keeps fueling us. And so this is our first day on our adventure in Sedona. We've never been to Arizona before. We're very familiar with the Rocky Mountains. That's where we live. So this is new territory for us to explore and have epic adventures every day.